But right now I am currently reading Frida McFadden, The Boyfriend on my Kindle, and also a coworker had lend me the physical book, but I've been reading it on my Kindle just because I'm scared and I don't want to mess up the book. And then and the book is on Kindle Unlimited too, so basically got it for free. And then I've actually started, well, I've actually been listening to my first fantasy book, and I, of course, chose Fourth Wing, because I had people telling me either do Fourth Wing or, what is the other one? Like, start ACOTAR, I think it is, like, so, yeah, I started Fourth Wing. I've been mostly listening to it, and then I think like 2 Fridays ago, I was at the store with my sister and saw this, which I usually only see the hard copy of this book, but I saw this one, and it has the, excuse me, and it has the sprayed edges like all over, and it just looks so nice, like the black and with like the gold. It was just a really nice book, and I was like, yeah, I have to get this book too. Plus, I've been liking it, listening to it, and I've been listening to the, what is it called, like the dramatized adaptation or whatever on Audible, which is actually really cool because it's like basically like a movie in your head. This actually says it has bonus content too, so I'm wondering what that is. I don't really want to look at the end. Oh, there is bonus content at the end, so I wonder if that's in the, Audible, like, audiobook or whatever. But yeah, so I'm basically, like, I only have like this much left of this. But like I said, I've been mostly listening to it, so that's why I've gotten through that so fast, and I think that's, I honestly, I don't know if reading it, like I don't know how I would feel about it if I were to just read it, but I really, really do like the audiobook, and I feel like it's like a movie in my head, so I feel like it just makes more sense, especially like the different characters and when they're talking, like to hear different voices and stuff like that, it just is a lot easier to follow, especially too if you read the book, you know that there's certain things where it's like, I'm trying not to say too much about it, but like, just in case you haven't read it, but there's just certain things to where like it just makes more sense to me, at least, hearing it than if I were to read it. I would probably have gotten confused a couple times, but yeah, I am really enjoying that. So that's what I've basically been reading. So far, this is like my first time getting back into reading, really. I started a book back in like July, and I literally had just finished it not that long ago before I started reading these ones. So yeah, it took me quite a while to read that book. Not that it was not good. It was the Butterfly Garden, and I forget what the author's name, but not that the book wasn't good. I thought it was interesting, and I did want to know like what happened at the end, but it was just, I guess I was just in some type of reading slump. I was just not like in the mood to read half the time, or by the time I like got into bed and like was going to read like a chapter, I would like pass out and like not even get to read any of it. Plus the chapters were a little bit long too. It didn't really have chapters either, that book. Like, it was kind of like parts, and then it had like little sections. Like, there was no actual chapters, so that kind of I guess, I don't know, I guess that's another reason why it took me so long to read it, because I kind of like, I don't even know. It was still a good book. It just took me quite a while to read it, I guess because I was in a slump or something. But yeah, so I'm in my office. I finally cleaned it out again after the wedding. And I finally have my chair empty because I had so much stuff on the chair. And I had my wedding dress on the chair for quite some time. So we ended up putting it in the closet, and I have to try to figure out if I want to get it preserved or anything like that. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue reading, maybe start coloring and listening to Fourth Wing. Okay, so it's been quite a while since I last filmed for this video. I did, like you saw, I was reading I was reading Fourth Wing, and I did finish it. This was my first fantasy book, or romantasy, whatever you want to call it. And I did listen to most of it. I feel like if I didn't listen to it, I don't know if I would have liked it as much as I did, because I don't know, it's like I'm new, like a newer reader, so some of the stuff I was like, without saying like spoilers or anything, some of the stuff it was just like, yeah, I would have not picked up on that if I didn't listen to it. But I did listen to the dramatized version too on Audible, and it was really good, I thought. This was a very good book. I can't wait to read the next one. I'm trying to wait to get the paperback of Iron Flame because I want it to match, and I don't really like hardcovers, and this one's so nice, and I want like the next ones to match this. So I think I do want the book, but I am probably going to end up listening to that one too. But right now I'm going to take a little bit of break because I don't want to go right into it, just because these, I feel like it takes me a little longer even when just listening to it. So and I was lent a book from a coworker that I am currently reading now, and it's taken me a little bit because I did start it kind of at the same time while I was still in Fourth Wing, because I feel like too, like I have to be like, I don't know, I get in like moods or whatever, but like I'm not really, like I haven't been really in a mood to read this one that they lended me, but it's The Boyfriend from Freedom McFadden, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I've been reading it on my Kindle for the most part, but I do have like the physical copy that my coworker lent me. It's okay. I'm only about 30% into it, so I'm not very far into it yet. Um, it did pick up a little bit like now, so like I kind of want to keep reading it, and also I just kind of want to finish it because there's so many other ones that like I'm looking at that I have, and I want to start reading the other ones, but I do want to just get this one finished since I started it already. I wanted to talk about basically my reading goal for 2024 because it is the end of 2024 right now. I set my goal for 2024. I set it as, what was it, 24 books I think to read in the year, and I got nowhere near that. I ended up like halfway through the year bringing the goal down to like 10 books I think it was. Still did not get to that. I don't know, there was like this weird like part of the, well, first I got married in 2024, so there was a lot of planning and things going on other than like me working too, so like there was just like not a lot of time, or by the time I had the time I was like tired and just ended up going to sleep or something. So yeah, so basically I did not get to 24 books, nowhere close to 24 books. I did end up reading 6 books. This does not include this one because it is actually New Year's Eve and this book is not close to being done yet. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be done for 2024, so this book probably be my first book completed in 2025. But yeah, so basically I sat down and I was doing goals the other day, or like New Year intentions that I want to set for myself, and I decided that I'm going to stick with 12 as my goal for next year, just because I don't have a wedding to plan or anything like that. So I think we're gonna strive for at least 1 book a month. Hopefully I can get more, but that's gonna be like at least 1 will be nice. Yeah, I think there's just fun, and there's a lot I have kind of like on my TBR little shelf right over here that I want to get to and I'm excited to get to, so definitely hit that goal this year. And my intention is to kind of take this year and like actually like work on just like myself all around in like wellness and, you know, like health, wellness, just like, I don't know, just being more like consistent and disciplined with different things. So yeah, so hopefully, not hopefully, let's, like, I'm already starting off bad with that. Like, I need to just say like this is what's gonna happen. So I'm at least going to read 12 books next year. It's definitely going to happen. But we'll see like if I read more or what's gonna go on, because I do want to kind of start reading self-help books too, or like self-discovery, or just something like stuff that's like kind of like not just like a fictional story or a thriller or anything like that. Like I want to actually read something too that's gonna be like valuable and like a little bit more educational, I guess. So I might end up, even though my goal is 1 book a month, I think that starting in January, once I am finished, well, not even once I'm finished, just starting in January, I think I am going to start a self-help book, oh my god, I can't, start a self-help book, or self-discovery, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, and continue reading this too, because I feel like I'm going to go back and forth, like, with like reading a couple pages of that and then reading like a thriller or any other fiction books that I have, because I just feel like it would be a nice like breakup too, and yeah, I just want to get more into reading them, and hopefully by doing that it helps me read more than 1 book a month, so that would be nice. Basically, let me get back into Fourth Wing for a little bit. I really enjoyed this. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it that much because this is my first fantasy read and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like really enjoy fantasy. Like, I, like, basically just to give you an idea, like, I was not like the type of person who like liked watching like Divergent was the only one like that I kind of liked, but like I didn't watch them like when they first came out. Like, it took a while for me to actually watch them. Like, I guess fantasy type movies and stuff that was out when I was younger, that like a lot of people I guess have read, especially if you're like a reader. I see that like a lot of them have read those books too, and like Twilight and things like that. I was not really into any of those movies that much. I mean, I have seen like a couple of them, but it was like way after they had already came out, and I've never read any of the books. So yeah, so I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this one, but I really did enjoy it. And yeah, enough where I actually got, I don't even know where it is actually. I don't know, I have to find it, but give me 1 second. I am gonna find it because I got 2 bookmarks from Etsy. Okay, so I did find them. So the first one, and I'll try to, I'm not sure, hold on, let me look to see the shop that I got them from. Okay, so the first one that I got is basically just this acrylic bookmark that has my name. I don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of hard with it being like that, but see, it just has my name. And this is like my flower for my birth month. And then I just got the color black. I got this from Los Angeles Party, I think it is the shop that's on Etsy. So if you want to get one of those, you can look that up. And then also, why I brought this out is because I also got a like Fourth Wing, I don't know if you can see it, Fourth Wing bookmark too, and this one was from, I'll put the name in the on the screen, but yeah, I got that one, this one from there. It's basically just, you know, if you know, you know, it's the dragons, great dragons, and just like kind of like a gold tassel, and it's also acrylic too. So I got those 2, and also I think because I got these bookmarks, I'm really wanting to read a physical book. I know I have the physical book for the book that I'm currently reading, The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, but it's like my coworker lended it to me, so like I'm a little like, I don't know, I just don't want to like mess it up, so I kind of just was like, oh well, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll just read it on my Kindle for the most part. But yeah, so, but I'm really excited to read a physical book. Say that. So for Fourth Wing, of course I gave it a 5-star. I'm probably a little bit too like generous with my ratings, like, but I feel like I'm starting now, after like actually getting like a good amount of books in, that I'm starting to like know, like, if it's a 5-star, like it's just like that feeling of like basically, like, if I give a book a 5-star, it's probably because while I was reading it or listening to it or whatever, I was literally like gasping out loud, or like jumping up, like, you know how like you're reading and you're just like, wait a minute, like what? Like, literally that is how I determine if it's a 5-star. Like, if I'm actually like shook by like something that I read or listen to, then I feel like that is when I give it a 5-star. If I read it and I'm just like, oh, yeah, that was cute, like, I get it, like, oh, that was a good twist, or whatever it is that I'm reading, whether it's a thriller or like romance, dark romance, whatever, or if it takes me like a little bit to like get through the book, like longer than it normally does for other books, then that's when I get like lower, like either 4 or 3-star. I've never, well, I have DNF'd some books, but I am thinking that I am going to probably like pick at least one of them back up this year and see if I like it. Yeah, so I gave that one 5-star. I'm currently reading The Boyfriend, which I might read a little bit more right now before we go out. So I don't know if this is the end, but I'm gonna start reading this, and I'll, I guess, be back if I have any more to say, or if I finish this and want to give you my thoughts.